Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I'm your host, BitBoy. We make videos on this channel every single day. We call our community the Bit Squad. We would love for you to be part of it. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. Always keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, and guess what? We're giving away $500 in Bitcoin. All you got to do is become a subscriber and like and comment on some videos. You can find the information in the video description below. So today we're going to do a brief news video. We're going to look at the markets. Right now, the markets are sitting at 254.5 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is 42.8%. Still, that number over 40% is a little alarming, though some of the alts seem to be pumping, but of course Bitcoin also saw an increase today. So it would be really good if we can get that Bitcoin dominance number to lower some and the market cap to go up. That is what we're looking for. So Bitcoin right now is at 63.59. It's up 1.5%. So just really goes to back up the video we were looking at, the charts that we looked at yesterday for Bitcoin in our news video, which is we're starting to see some gradual increases and not so many large candles one way or the other, which is really good. And I feel like this feels much more like we're heading in the right direction than those manipulation pumps seemingly that we looked at last week. So everything in the top 10 other than Tether are gainers today. IOTA is still fighting off Tether at that number 9 spot. Stellar and Cardano are still continuing nice pumps. You can tell on their charts. Of course, 0x, Basic Attention Token, and Zcash all are also doing the same. Though Zcash has kind of leveled off some and is not seeing the gains that all of the other ones are seeing right now. And I believe they will probably pump Satoshi-wise until they are added on Coinbase. It'll be interesting to see if they're all added at the same time or which ones will be added first. ZRX has done better than all of the other ones, and that is my personal favorite project. I also love Basic Attention Token. It's my favorite investment. I guess I'll say it like that. And I do think it does have potential to actually be added to Coinbase first, because I think they already have some of the regulation out of the way behind the scenes. So it'll be really cool to just watch and see how all of those are added. So as far as winners of the day, MOAC, I've been trying to find news on this to figure out why this is pumped so hard, but I haven't been able to come across anything. So if you do know why MOAC is pumping, please drop a comment below. But of course, Ken, Tezos, DigiBuy, MCO, Gifto, Huobi Token, Archain, and then there is 0x, still with some good gains. Biggest losers of the day, KuCoin shares down a whopping 10%, down much more than anything else. Mithril and Redcoin also down. Everything else down just about less than 1%. So nothing too dramatic there. So let's look at the news. This is a big story that's very interesting, which is Russian agents who hacked DNC emails thought Bitcoin would keep them anonymous. So as these two hackers, or two hacker groups, Fancy Bear and Cozy Bear, were looking into hacking the DNC, they believed that if they used Bitcoin, that they would be able to stay anonymous. Now, of course, they were able to hack the DNC and give these emails to Guccifer, or maybe Jucifer, I'm not exactly the pronunciation, probably Jucifer 2.0, who is a Romanian hacker. And they were able to give him those emails, and of course, he dispersed them to WikiLeaks, and of course, the rest is history. But unfortunately for them, they were anticipating that now it is actually possible to track Bitcoin through IP addresses. So this is, in my opinion, somewhat of a flaw for Bitcoin against its intended purposes. But there are plenty of other privacy coins that actually are able to do very well and are able to keep things anonymous. We're going to look at one in just a second. But it's just kind of funny that this was the thing that really brought down these. I believe there were 12 Russian agents that were brought down in this investigation. So it's just very interesting to see how this played a role, how Bitcoin played a role in this ongoing Russian drama as far as the United States election goes. So speaking of privacy coins, Monero has now had an audit done by Kudelski Security, and in which they're bulletproofs, which we'll talk about what that is in a second, but they have very few minor issues, and the audit was done successfully. So if you don't know what a bulletproof is, you first have to understand what a range proof is. And what this means is that people are able to send money with Monero or value with Monero in between certain ranges. So that way, whoever is trying to dig around and find out what the transaction is, they're not actually able to see the exact amount that was transacted. And this is just yet another layer of privacy for Monero, because Monero is using something called bulletproofs, which are even more efficient range proofs. So Monero, in my mind, is by far the best privacy coin. We've talked about Dash before on this channel, and I do really like Dash also, but it's not just a privacy coin. And then the thing about Dash is it really is more of a store of a value coin than just strictly a privacy coin. A lot of people think that Dash actually has a lot of holes in it as far as privacy goes, and that through some complicated tracking, you can actually track Dash payments even if they are sent with their private method. It escapes me right now with the exact word for it, but I think Monero is by far the best privacy coin other than Verge. I'm just kidding. Verge sucks. So moving on to Litecoin. Litecoin, if you didn't know, they recently bought a bank. They bought almost 10% of a bank. And here's an article I found that talks about that Litecoin's bank acquisition may end up in more troubles. And basically the point of the article is saying that because of liquidity and because it's going to be difficult for Litecoin to be able to put out like a Visa type debit card, that this is actually going to be a really big headache for Charlie Lee and company. And to me, this is kind of FUD. I don't necessarily think that this is true. I don't necessarily think, yes, anytime you buy any business, you're going to run into some problems. You're going to run into some issues just due to transition or whatever it may be. So I think really that's more of what this is they're going to be dealing with here. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be some kind of huge debacle for Litecoin. I think ultimately this will be a good thing for Litecoin and a good thing for cryptocurrency. So moving on to Bitcoin Cash, we've had a very interesting amount of information that's coming out regarding Bitcoin Cash's network. And supposedly right now, due to a hack that was done by a hacker or a hacking group called BitPico, and of course they kind of in a Babe Ruth style called their shot and said that they were going to be hacking the network of Bitcoin Cash, and lo and behold, they were successful. So part of what they found in that was that 49% of all of the nodes are run through Alibaba's facilities, which is basically the Chinese Amazon. And there's so much sketchy stuff involved there. But of course, the obvious one, just not to get too conspiracy theory about it all, is that 49% of the nodes are run from one place. Now, also keep in mind, that's not centralized. Centralized would be 51%, but 49% is very close. I mean, Bitmain owns 45% of the, or 42% of the Bitcoin hash rate, or hash power, and people are very scared that Bitmain is going to, have a centralized hold on Bitcoin. And here we have Bitcoin Cash, and 49% are all run from the same facility. And, another interesting thing that this hacker found was that 98% of all the IP addresses on the network are physically located close to each other. So even if they're not all in this same exact location, they're all very close to each other geographically. So this is very troubling for Bitcoin Cash. If we were to go back to the coin market cap for the day and look, Bitcoin Cash is up 2.8%, which is more than Bitcoin. And honestly, to me, I'm a little surprised. I thought that this news would, make the price dip pretty good, because this is pretty alarming about Bitcoin Cash. And I'm very interested to hear what the Bitcoin Cash community has to say about this. So if you are from the Bitcoin Cash community and you're watching this video, you found this article on Reddit, I would love for you to make a comment and let me know, is this concerning to you? Is it not concerning? I'm certainly not trying to spread FUD about Bitcoin Cash. I'm just legitimately trying to ask these questions and see what you guys think. So everybody, thanks for watching this video. We'll be back regular with a live stream on Wednesday night, and then back to our regular videos starting on Thursday, where we, as you guys know, we usually do 2 videos a day. I'm at a conference right now, so I'm out of town, and it's a little bit harder for me to make the videos. Don't have my equipment. A lot of other factors going into play, but if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash a like button for us. If you're new to our channel and you haven't watched our videos before, we would love for you to become part of our community, the Bit Squad. Just click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you stay up to date with notifications. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, BitBoy out.